And you put the hair mask in instead of conditioner and you leave it there. They often say for about 10 minutes. I normally make it half an hour to make the most of my money. And it really does do incredible things. It brings out this amazing gloss.
Okay, and a little bit about you. You know, like obviously you did these short courses, and what sort of short courses did you do?
I did one with NIDA. I've done some workshops with
Tell us all about NIDA.
It was an acting techniques one. Did all sorts of things like Laban, where you use an action for every line you use. So you might sort of strangle someone in one line, or hit them, or pat them, or stroke them, or something to bring a different emotion. So it's either direct or indirect, and heavy and light, all that kind of stuff.
And did they do improvisation or?
Yes, absolutely. Lots of theatre sports that had all that kind of. You're doing something, scene change, and everyone has to pretend to be something else according to how they've frozen and keep.
Oh, they're fun, aren't they?
They're amazing.
Yeah. Well, Georgiana, thank you for letting us know about Sunny Music, and I think it's on for the Fringe next year, and we'll certainly love you to come back and talk more about it, and perhaps even sing a song from the show.
That would be amazing. Thank you so much for having me. Cheers.
Love it.
All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're a wonderful darling.
Hi, Steph.
Hi, Delilah.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And how are
Look,
you?
now, tell me a little bit about England. You're from England. Tell me all about it, because I haven't been there and I'd love to go.
Well, it's completely different to Australia. There is lots and lots of rain. I must admit, though, I didn't sign up for the cold that we get in winter, but never mind.
So you think it's cold in Australia?
It can get cold in winter, yes.
Really? So what sort of degrees are we looking at Christmas time in England?
Oh, in England it can get anything up to about -4, -2, depending on what it is outside, you know.
Okay. Now, when you're wearing England as a little girl, you grew up and started doing a little bit of theatre, because that's what you're into?
Yes, I love theatre, yes.
I like theatre and TV. Did you know that? But anyway, tell me about England when you were growing up. So what did you join? You joined a little group over there?
I did. I did most of my productions in school.
Yes.
And when I was 14, I gained a scholarship to join an acting school, acting group.
So So when you were little, what shows did they do? They were like variety shows, or
mostly musical theatre. Okay. I did a lot of musicals during my time.
Okay. What ones did you do as a kid, Steph?
When I was younger, I did Bugsy Malone. That was probably one of my favourites, where I was given an ambitious 11 chorus roles.
Yes.
So I was on and off stage a lot of the time, changing around and doing various accents, going from Chinese violinist to someone who's just going to get killed.
Is there a Chinese violinist in Bugsy Malone? Is there?
There is, yes.
Really? I must admit, I have never watched Bugsy. I know about it, but it's a younger show, isn't it? With the young kids, I know it's like Gangsters or something like that, So after that, you sort of did some other musicals.
Yes.
What ones? You would have had to do Oliver.
Well, we haven't actually done Oliver, which
was
a bit of a shame, but we did Little Shop of Horrors, which was fun.
Did you get eaten by the plant?
Oh, I did indeed. But who doesn't get eaten by the plant?
It's pretty good show, that one too, you know. So everybody gets eaten. Does it ever actually? I haven't seen it for a while. So who does everybody get eaten by the plant?
Pretty much, yes.
Right. Okay.
When it takes over the world, everyone gets eaten by the plant.
Now, okay. So as you got older, what made you come out to sunny and cold Australia?
Well, it's a bit of a long story, actually. I was estranged from my father for 16 years.
Okay.
And I got back into contact with him about 2 years ago, and came over to visit and just fell in love with Adelaide.
Oh,
and
really?
it was just somewhere I wanted to be.
Right.
And start a new life.
Yes. Okay. And you like it. So how long have you been here now?
Just over a year.
Over a year. She's only been here a year. Okay. All right. So, and what are you involved with at the moment? It's I know.
I'm doing a lot of theatre at the minute.
Yes.
I have been taking singing lessons at Blackwood Music School.
Yes.
I am currently in a performance with SALOS, the SA Light Opera Society, in Hamburg.
And you're doing a part, aren't you?
I am indeed. I play Mrs. Dilber.
Mrs. Dilber, okay. And Mrs. Dilber is
She's Scrooge's maid.
Yeah?
Who decides that she's going to sell all Scrooge's wares in an image, and that Scrooge is shown by the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Okay, yeah. All right. And it's on near at the end of the year, isn't it?
Yes, it starts on December the 6th.
December the 6th. Okay. All right then, Steph. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we'll see you sometime soon.
You will.
Thank you. G'day, Tony.
G'day, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Now, Tony is from the Volks Enthusiasts Club?
Enthusiasts Club.
That is a mouthful. But it is... Now, tell us all about the Volks Club.
Well, we are a group of about 150 enthusiasts, or tragics, to put a better term on it.
Tragics,
We all love old Volkswagens. Most of us
Yes.
have 2 or 3.
Yes.
And we drive them as often as we can in groups and go somewhere to eat.
Right, sounds like a great plan. So I presume you do the Birdwood Run, do you do that as well?
Some of our vehicles do. The club owns a 1955 combi van that fits nicely into the Birdwood, and depending on what year it is and the age of the cars, we either have a big representation or not very much.
Yeah. Tony, tell us a little bit about the history of the Volkswagen. I mean, you know, a lot of people, we know the engine's at the back, is that right?
That's
right. And the boot is in the front, is that right?
That's right. It's completely back to front.
A bit like a Porsche.
Yeah. Well, the Porsche is very closely related to the Volkswagen. Certainly in the old days, the same people were involved in both.
Yep.
And the cars were air-cooled engines at the back.
Right.
The Porsches became very sporting.
Sure.
And the Volkswagens were pretty utilitarian at the start, but they now. They developed before World War II, and the famous German dictator was involved, whose name we won't mention.
I heard that he was involved. Did he have like he designed it, or was it?
No, but he was a champion of the car because it was designed as something that was simple, very robust, and something that was affordable for a lot of people.
Okay.
And he actually put a scheme in place where the German public could basically put a car on lay-by.
Right,
and
I see.
Volkswagen means people's car.
Oh, I see.
And it was a bit of propaganda,
Okay,
a bit of government involvement, and after the war, when everything was in ruins in Germany pretty much, the British came in and rejuvenated the whole thing.
All right.
And now Volkswagen is one of the biggest car companies in the world, and they own a number of others, including Bugatti, Audi, and a number of others.
Right. Now, so what does the club do? I mean, besides, obviously you meet once a week, I presume, or once a month?
Once a month, and we have, certainly in the summer, 2 or 3 events each month where everyone meets somewhere, goes for a drive, has a good meal afterwards. In November, we have our annual Volksfest, which is like a street party in Todd Street at Port Adelaide, and we get
I have to go.
Well, you're most welcome, as is everybody else, but it's... we do it once a year. The Volkswagen Club of South Australia, which is a similar club to ours, of similar size, they have a big show up at Tea Tree Gully earlier in the year. So everyone who likes Volkswagens gets a couple of opportunities a year to come and have a look at all the good ones.
Now, with restoring the cars, do everybody pitch in, or is it just, like for yourself, for instance, Tony, did you buy a older car and then do it up?
Yeah, well, I bought a 65 Combi about 5 years ago as a project.
Right.
And within the club, there are a lot of people who are good at fixing bits and pieces or supplying things. It's a great networking opportunity.
Yep.
And happily, because Volkswagens are so plentiful and so popular, even the old ones, you can buy just about anything you need brand new still. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if somebody wants to join the club or even go to an event, obviously you must have a website or...
We have a website. It's volksenthusiast.org, org.au.
Yes.
And we also have on Facebook.
Facebook. So they can go on Facebook and find you guys and look at the cars. And Tony, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And love you to come back. Thank you.
Happy to do that anytime.
Well, thanks for watching the show. We'll see you next week.